House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Hello and Hafide, everybody. We are outside the friendly confines of our Harmon Studios for once, and we are in the heart of tourism. We are in Tumon today at Mezcla, the very beautiful restaurant. Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty here. Ladies, thank you so much for inviting us down here.
We wanted to treat you to a nice breakfast. We always talk about going out and having coffee. Well, we're doing it now.
Okay, well, you guys are having coffee. This is an amazing Eggs Benedict that they have put before us. My camera guy, Jake, is basically chomping at the bit to show. What have we got there? That looks amazing.
This is a corned beef fried rice with tinola.
Okay, very cool.
And then this is the chamorro sausage.
Okay,
so
we do have some business to get to because we're going to talk about real estate. And man, because I'm probably going to eat this in like one bite. So very nice to have you guys along for like a lunch date. All right, Leonard and John, I'm just going to borrow him for about maybe like the next 5 minutes and everything, but thank you very much. Okay, so I was wondering about one thing because I heard, we live streamed a event for the Guam Association of Realtors for you guys about a month and a half ago. And one of the members was bringing up that not all property on Guam is the same. Specifically, like we're in the northern part of the island, but maybe about 5 or 6 miles to the north of us up in Yigo, developing property there has its own set of requirements. It kind of quirks, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're referring to if you're buying land to build, whether you're building a house or commercial property, from central to north, those areas have very specific requirements on. Actually, I think every property has specific requirements that you have to address, right? But particularly if you're talking about the aquifer, from central to north, those areas is basically where the government digs for our water wells. That's a majority of our water wells are located from central to north. And so what they're talking about is if you're going to build in that area, if you're unable to connect to a sewer line, the minimum lot size is a half-acre piece of property to build a home specifically.
Oh, okay. And in the rest of the island, it's roughly or it's exactly.
It depends because the outline is actually defined on a map, and if you wanted to build a house, of course, it depends on the zone. But if you're over the aquifer, you definitely have some limitations. So if you're R1 zone, it could be a quarter acre, which is 929 square meters. If it's agricultural, then normally it's a half acre. But if there's sewer, then that gives you some flexibility because the government's objective is to protect our water. So they don't want heavy development over the source of our drinking water. So they built
Thank you for saying that as I drink water.
Yes, so they built in regulations to protect our water, and as a result, they do limit, depending on the zone and the size of, they require certain sizes to be in certain areas.
Because of the preservation of natural resources,
That's
obviously.
correct. That's correct.
Particularly water, that's what they're looking out for, is that we don't overdevelop an area and contaminate what they refer to as the aquifer, the waterlands.
Sure, yeah, if we even began to contaminate that, the entire island is some real serious trouble.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Okay, are there other villages that have those kind of like, real idiosyncrasies or particularities?
Well, the outline goes from north and it takes up part of half the island. So for example, if you're building in Inarajan, no problem, because the aquifer does not extend to the village of Inarajan.
Well, no problem in that if you only have a half-acre lot, you can cut it up into two pieces, right? If you're in Inarajan, it's not over the aquifer.
Can you guys stop using food analogies? You're talking about like pure drinking water and cutting it up, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you're ready to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. However.
But if you're, so I've got some properties in the Jonia area, and in that particular area, I've already confirmed with EPA that in that location, I've got a half-acre lot, but a buyer could potentially cut it up into two pieces without any issue because it's not over the water table, basically. So you can do that. You don't need a sewer line. But if I were buying in Dedido, Yigo, Barragata, basically the central, they're affected. I can have a half-acre lot, and I'm stuck building a one house only.
So this is one of the things that you need to know. I mean, they don't teach us this in school. I mean, if you go to school on Guam, especially in the public school system or UOG, they say our aquifer is a source of life. It's essential to the way we live here on the island. But that's interesting because if they say you're going to build a house, you may need a little bit more property just to actually do the bare minimum building.
Absolutely. Right. So if you buy something in Yigo and it's half acre and there's no sewer line, you're going to be able to build just one house, one duplex. But if you're building in Jonia, you have a half acre, you can cut that up into 2 properties, or it's PD, Jonia, I mean, anything southern, right?
Is there anything, since we're in Tucumán right now, is there anything particular to this village? Because, we've got, there are big rolling hills there, and you see like there are condo complexes and apartments, all up and down, we're a stone's throw away from Happy Landing Road here. There's not a lot of space here
They're
left,
not, no.
but are there restrictions here? Or?
It's the same. It's the
Okay.
same
'Cause
because
we're
the
right near the
aquifer-
beach, too?
Yes, and the aquifer still extends through this area. So the same rules will be governed. I mean, and the key is if you want to maximize the size of your lot, zoning is critical, and the other thing that's critical is also sewer. So that could help your ability to cut your lot into minimum lot sizes, which are required if there's sewer, but the zoning also will dictate as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, I don't want to talk about sewer because this just looks so good.
Now we're going in the wrong direction.
Nothing is going to take me
Yes,
away from
yes.
enjoying this in just a few moments, trust me. Okay, so anything else we should cover before we wrap up and dig in, basically?
I just want to advise people, if you're looking at a piece of property, because right now we're talking about raw land, right?
Yes.
If you're looking at a piece of property, don't take for granted that what
exactly.
you want to do on that lot,
It's
that you're
doable,
able
yeah.
to do. You really need to do your homework. Either talk to your realtor, get them to go out there and point you in the right direction. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
That would probably be the first thing you said to me about Yigo. I was like, hey, I've got some property in Yigo, and you'd be, okay, FYI.
The
Yeah.
other thing is go to the government agencies, but usually when people come to us and they say they want to buy land, we always ask, what is your intent? What are you planning to do with this piece of property? And then we could at least give them some guidance. But yes, your realtor can assist you. If not, please go to the government agencies because it can tell you, is sewer available, is infrastructure available? What is your intent for that piece of property?
Excellent. Okay, we'll tell you what is available right now is this amazing food. So,
You're ready, Jason.
shall we?
Yes,
Breakfast.
let's
Okay.
do it.
Okay, so thank you so much for, look at that. Okay, we would be remiss if we didn't end on this absolutely amazing, look at that. Eggs Benedict right here at Mezcla in Tucumán, right across from the police Koban, just right down the street from a Tucumán Sant. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yummy.
the nuns for me in the 6th grade would be loving this right now because I'm actually at a loss for words. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for treating us for this.
So we're going to be here next week again because
Yes.
we can't miss breakfast.
Hey, but
Yes,
Maila, as we say in our culture, we have to eat together.
yes.
right.
Okay, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Explore your world.